Joining me now is royal biographer Lady Colin Campbell. Good evening, Lady C. Did you know this was coming? You always seem to be in the know with these kind of things. Were you privy to this bombshell that was dropped tonight?
Well, I want to be very careful how I answer that, Ben, because I don't want to give away any secrets. But there have been huge concerns at the London clinic as to the extent of the breach. And therefore, and yes, I've known for some time what the basic problem was, as have one or two other people. But I mean, you know, it's up to her to discuss her problems. And I think that really, had there not been the breach, and they don't know the full extent of the breach even at the London clinic yet, so they realized they had to come out with something, especially as how there is a clear line back to various news organizations in the United States of America, and there is the suspicion that one of them was behind the breach, or behind inducing the breach, that'd be a better way of putting it.
Lady C, I'm absolutely certain that British press, British newspapers would have never, ever released any confidential medical information about the Princess of Wales. But you think the more lacklustre press in the United States would have? You think that maybe Catherine was bounced into a corner over fears that that information would have been leaked to the US press?
Well, my understanding is that the US press were, one particular organization, which I'm afraid I cannot say for legal reasons.
Yeah, please don't.
They were gambling a vast sum of money around. And it seems to have sort of been, it was bait that got hooked. And I know the British press wouldn't run with anything of this nature. You know, I mean, in Britain, we're far more civilized, but, you know, in the United States of America with certain organs, let's put it that way, they are like the Wild West. And also, they are being fed information about the Princess of Wales's health generally by people who are in a position to know something about her health going back quite a long time, if you get my drift.
Of course, yeah. And actually, for those who aren't in the know, just briefly in 40 seconds, remind us what happened some years ago when Australian radio pranksters called up the hospital ward where she was recovering after giving birth to, I think, was it Prince George?
And the unfortunate nurse who answered it ended up committing suicide.
Yeah, so what happened, Lady C? The pranksters called up, they pretended to be the Queen to speak to Catherine, to ask how she was, and they were put through to the room that she was in. But the nurse who was in there with Catherine was you know, more shrewd than the rest of her colleagues. But as you said, one of the staff members who put the call through ended up taking their own life.
Yes, yes. Well, there's no prospect of that this time. It seems to have been a clear financial transaction, and the sum of £200,000 is being bandied about. How true that is?
Well, it's just, yeah. The American press live by their own rules that the British press don't, and we have an understanding here with the royals. So, yeah, I mean, if that is the case, that's absolutely disgusting. But, Lady C, really appreciate you being with us tonight. Thank you so much. We're going to get more reaction to this news about the Princess of Wales tonight. She's been diagnosed with cancer. We'll play you again that full clip of her video message.